Welcome to Remelations. We're your hosts. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke.
Remelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle.
This week we're reading dreams about winter isolation and tiny towns.
Ooh, we're also reading dreams about beaches, blue-tongued lizards, and tsunami waves.
Oh.
Yikes. Happy holidays, bestie. Let's get this show started.
Woo!
Hey, happy winter solstice.
Happy winter solstice.
It is the shortest day of the year.
But I will say, I've been feeling that solstice because I think I looked out the window at work today and it was dark at like 3:30, I swear to God. And the storm hasn't even hit us yet. But I'm looking out there, I'm like, oh, God, it's dark already. I've got like 2.5 more hours.
I also heard that it's the National Short Person Day celebration because it's the shortest day. So I am celebrating you, Brooke.
I was going to say, can I celebrate?
Day for short people.
I am a short.
Yes, so it's your day. It's the shortest day, and you're my favorite snack-sized friend.
I love you. Mwah. Thank you.
Love you. Mwah.
I didn't know that was a thing, but I'm going to celebrate every year now. I feel like
now you have
it's only
to.
fair.
Yep.
If I was given the height restrictions in life, I feel like I can have one day to celebrate that.
And someday I'm getting you that damn mini giraffe. Just wait.
I want it. And the forks. Oh, gosh. Sorry, that was that was back in the day.
That was like a year ago. That was a long episode ago.
Crazy? Oh, my God. Okay, well,
Here
let's get started with our
Please.
Merry Christmas episode.
Yay.
And I've got a Mr. David from Cedar Rapids.
Hello, David.
Which is in Iowa. Woohoo. David says, I hate winter. Hate it. I hate the snow.
Yes,
I hate the
agreed.
cold. You're correct. David, right off the bat, you are correct.
I like it only for Christmas. That's
One
it.
day.
I talked about this before. I just need it 1 month. I would take a whole month. I'll be gracious. A whole month. I'll give it December 1st till January 1st.
You are much more generous than my
feel
dear
ya.
friend. I don't want to drive in the snow. When it's gray and cloudy and the snow gets all gross and gray and dirty.
It's depressing. Yeah.
It is, but
I feel you, David.
Yeah, David, I get it. Unfortunately, he says in his dream, I was living somewhere in Canada, very remote. Ooh, that's not good if you don't like winter and cold. Just say it.
No. And the darkness. Go up to Alaska.
I was losing my mind. I was so bored, and the town, in quotes, I lived in only had 4 houses. So there was nothing to do.
4 houses? I mean, that's not even like a town. I mean, I would say that's
I don't know if that
a cul-de-sac.
It's a cul-de-sac at best. 4
That's
houses?
it. That's all you get.
I mean, people live in small
Mail
towns,
is really easy to deliver in this town, though.
Or maybe you don't
10
get mail
minutes.
at all.
Maybe not.
Maybe mail doesn't reach them. But the roads were always closed due to weather issues. I felt trapped. My family, for some reason, was still back in Iowa, and I was missing them like crazy because I had just spent Thanksgiving alone, and now Christmas was approaching. I know it sounds like kind of a little bit of a downer holiday dream, but let's give it a minute, okay?
Okay.
I didn't have access to much in terms of the internet or phone service, so I rarely got to even talk to anyone back home. And I'm terrible for saying this. Almost worse than that is that I didn't have access to watch my Hawkeye games.
Yay, go Blackhawks.
Sports.
Oh, wait, no. You're saying Hawkeyes, not Blackhawks.
Hawkeye.
Oh, boo. Whatever.
No, Hawkeyes. He's an Iowa boy, David is. He's from Cedar Rapids. Since I don't do sports, so I don't
I went to Iowa State, so that's the rivalry.
That's the rival.
Fly with me. Sorry, David. Love you, love the dream.
David.
Can't get on board with that train. Go Cyclones.
Well, David likes the Hawkeyes. And since there were only 10 people in the town, everyone knew each other, but my house was still kind of removed from everyone else. The people were great, friendly, and welcoming, but preferred their isolation, obviously. So it's not like we were hanging out a lot. Okay. Christmas Eve arrived, and my holiday blues were in full swing. I thought I heard something outside and thought for sure it was a bear or something. Then it was quiet
In
again.
Canada, could very well be.
I mean, it could be anything, right? In isolation, it could be a
Bushman,
bear, a wolf,
bear,
a rando,
aliens.
a
Who
bushman. Bushman? I think it was probably a bushman. That's my guess.
It probably was. Yeah.
But then it got quiet again. But then there was a knock on my door. No one ever knocked on my door. So I should have been worried, but for some reason I was calm. I opened the front door.
Was it Santa? Is it Santa?
It was a Christmas miracle. It was a Christmas miracle.
Oh, is it Jesus? Is it Jesus?
My entire family.
Oh.
No, his entire family was outside. But instead of Christmas carols, now Mindy, hang with me, don't judge. Instead of Christmas carols, they were all singing the Iowa Hawkeyes fight song. I know you don't like it, but that's cute. I know you have to. I know you're like.
I'm happy
Mindy's
for
face.
You there, David.
She's like literally like she's got fists
good
clenched.
That you're so happy. You have your family.
You're sounding like you're very
let's
happy
fight,
for David.
fight
I'm
for
so
Iowa
happy
State.
for you. Bear down, Arizona. Bear down, red and blue.
All right, Bessie. What's your collegiate song? You know, you gotta tag us.
Tell us.
Tag us on social. Let us know where you went to school. What diehard fan are you? Who do you love?
I want to see
love?
videos of you singing your fight song.
Even better.
Let's
high
get
school
this
or
going.
college.
Anyone.
Grammar school if you had one. Anyone or university for our friends, our besties across the seas.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's way cooler they call it university, by the way. But anyways.
It is way cooler. Like I'm going and not
cooler.
to like a university or the university. It's just university. I'm going to university.
I'm just going to university.
Why put extra words in? It's we get it. I'm going to a college next year. It's like, no, I'm going to university. It just I don't know. To me, it sounds better.
It sounds fancier. Yeah.
It's fancy. Anyway,
good
Christmas
for David.
miracle.
He's got his friends, his family there. Perfect.
They're all there. Singing the fight song. The townspeople had contacted my
all 10
family
of them
somehow. All fucking 10 of them had somehow contacted my family after seeing how depressed I was. These wonderful 10 people that I hardly knew arranged this entire surprise. Best of all, they had turned the snow black and gold, the Hawkeye colors.
Well.
Even the snow falling from the sky was black and gold. And then I woke up.
I mean, gold is a gorgeous. Black might scare me a little. But it's black snow. That sounds scary.
Snow. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
But yellow snow sounds like dog
like very
pee.
polluted. But,
dog pee on it.
Gold is not yellow. I think
that's
sparkling
true,
gold's fine. That's fine.
We're walking a fine line here.
David, thank you.
Yes, David. Oh my goodness gracious. So honestly, I don't know how deep we really need to dig on interpreting this dream. I mean, of course, there could be a million different things. But honestly, I think it's just, especially this time of year, one of those dreams where the symbols just might be exactly what they actually are. I mean, winter in general sucks, but hating where you are is the worst. Feeling alone and isolated away from family, especially, like I said, around the holidays, also sucks.
So many people can feel that way.
I was going to say it happens to so many
especially
people.
This time of year. If you have lost a parent or a friend, or you're just not in a good mental place during the holiday, or
you're
so
away
hard for
from
people.
family and friends and you're not really with people. You know,
for me. I mean, my family Christmas is in Iowa, and I didn't get to go this year, so it is a little bit different. It does suck, you know, like it doesn't feel the same if I don't see my parents on Christmas, and I won't, and it bums me out. But you make the best of the situation.
Right.
Just like, David's family did.
David made his Christmas just spectacular. But, he's sitting there also with no creature comforts, like he doesn't have technology really.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about
even
that.
Not even the ability to like go out and do anything. One, there's nothing to do. And two, the roads are always closed.
You're in the middle of nowhere. You're in your neighborhood subdivision. Your town subdivision.
The 4 houses, and he's one of them. But he's
and 10 people. That's like 2.25 persons per house.
Yeah. I mean, if you're living in a town with 10 people, I don't think you're wanting to live with a lot of people around. Like
you're specifically choosing that choice.
I think you're choosing it for a reason, and maybe 1 or 2 people in the household is all you need.
And maybe David's that type of person, right? Like maybe he likes to kind of be his own person and be his own man and live his own life. But at holidays, even though maybe he's like putting up this, like I like to be a lone bushman type, Rando in the subdivision, Rando in the cul-de-sac. Maybe at Christmas he just appreciates those around him, even though he tries to isolate himself.
He should. Yeah. And he has this struggle going on, obviously. And he loves the Hawkeyes. But all of these things are just real life things. It's like winter sucks. I love the Hawkeyes. I'm feeling alone at the holidays. Like this is just stuff that happens. Yeah. But my question was why the small town? This was the part of the dream where he really felt trapped because he couldn't do anything. And like, why is he feeling so isolated? Now for you, I thought maybe the number 4, the number of houses, or the number 10, number of people in the town might mean something. And they could, but I think it's really
4 typically is a good number. It's a good sign. 4 means a solid base. It's 4 walls. It's like, it fits in the stream very well because of he's talking about family and foundation and who he is and the things that build him as a person. Yeah. So 4 makes sense to me in the stream because 4 represents the number of stability. It's I agree. It's 4. It's 4 walls. It's very, very strong. So I think that's a good sign.
And
or at least it matches.
I wasn't going to like do a lot of digging into it, but you obviously already know all about the number 4. But it's right. Like it's a number of focus, a focus on building a secure foundation in the future. And the number 10 is like new beginnings. And it could be a career, finance, health, relationships. So maybe it's a stress dream. Maybe it's a holiday stress dream, but maybe David is sacrificing some comforts in life to build that foundation for the future for his family.
I see. I like that. I like that idea that, moving away, establishing his own foundation, so to say. Yeah. But still having those ties to family and what makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Holidays,
you gotta have those.
That's what it's all about.
Now, we can't skip the last part of the dream. The Christmas miracle, the family showing up, the fight song, the black and gold snow, the tiny town. They made it all happen. This is one of your freaking Lifetime movies.
It's like a Hallmark movie.
Lifetime Hallmark movies, if I ever heard one. So
the only difference between Lifetime and Hallmark is Lifetime, there's usually murder involved.
Oh, well, I like that. But David didn't have murder involved. So he is a Hallmark movie. So I would say this is more
on the Hallmark side.
Okay, sorry. It's a goddamn Hallmark movie, David. Thank you for sharing, though. That was. I'm glad it turned out well because it started out kind of crappy.
Yeah, it did. But the fact that family showed up, family's there for you no matter what. Whether family's actual blood family or family's the people that you choose. Either way, you're like, that's who you should surround yourself with at the holiday season.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
I'm in a swearing mood today.
Oh, good. I'm fine. I'm in a swearing mood too. Don't know why.
I don't know why either. It's just been like all day.
I don't know why. Something in the air.
It's the solstice.
Well, shit. I don't know. It's the solstice is making us swear. The swearing solstice. The fucking goddamn swearing solstice.
Swearing solstice is happening.
It's the shit of the shit. Yeah, here we are.
Here we are. But it's almost Christmas. It's almost New Year's.
Hey. Bestie, do you have a dream to share with us? Because we would love to hear it. Whether it be a dream story. Heck, if you had something fucking crazy happening to you over this holiday season, we want to know about it. Anything at all. You can reach out to us at revelations@gmail.com and say hi, say hello, say bonjour, say au revoir. I was going to say au revoir, but that went wrong.
I hope they don't say au revoir. That's not good.
No. We want, no. Hello,
olas. We want olas.
Hello. We want to say olas. Drop in our inbox, say hola, revelations@gmail.com. Let us know your dreams or anything you want to share or just say hi. Thanks, besties.
Yes. Mindy. I'm not going to yell at you this time. Do you have a dream? I'm just kidding. I had to yell. Usually it's, Mindy, do you have a dream?
So you said you weren't going to do it yet. You did yell my name. But yes, I'm here. I'm ready.
Lied. Straight up lied.
And I've got a great one.
Oh my God. I'm on pins and needles.
B Money, you ready?
I'm ready. Buckle up, right?
This next dream comes from Rebecca, and she's from Brisbane, Australia. Yay! One of our newest besties from Down Under.
Woo! Yay,
she titles this one, Majestic Lizards and Rickety Dams.
Oh, I'm intrigued already.
So this is a bit of a roller coaster long dream, but she's fucking hilarious. So here we go.
Worth it.
Hello, you fantastic ladies.
Oh.
I know, like that just right there.
That's it. Thank you, Rebecca. Have a good night.
That's a good. Thanks for the dream. Bye. Okay. Well, she says, first of all, even if this doesn't end up on the show, I can't go ahead without telling you how much I thoroughly appreciate your podcast. You are both so hilarious, provide such a lighthearted quality entertainment, and have such a delightful connection with each other, and I love you both.
Oh my God. That made my year.
We love you too, Rebecca.
Not
my
God. Day, my week, my month. It. That was like thank you, Rebecca. That was so nice.
So sweet. All right. Also, my apologies, as this is slightly long and a combination of two dreams, which were both reoccurring rather frequently, beginning in my childhood and continuing up until present. Not quite as often now. For reference, I am now 23. To the point where I am not 100% convinced they were two separate dreams or whether one always seemed to follow the other once the first one ended in the form of a mega dream with 2 acts.
A mega
one,
dream?
One, though, seems to be more prominent of the two.
Wow.
It's like a mega pint of wine in a dream. So 2 dreams, but again, she says one's more prominent.
Oh, I'm excited.
Ready for this? Buckle up. Okay, dream 1. Even now, this dream tends to show me as a child. I am around 5 or 6 years old. It begins from a third-person perspective. Like I am standing beside my younger self watching this all happen. Only, the younger me is physically present, and feelings and experiences in the dream I have always understood as being felt by the younger me, not my current presence viewing and feeling. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it does. This is fascinating.
Every time I am standing on an overcast day in the sand on a deserted beach.
Okay.
The beach always seems so familiar, yet I don't recall ever actually stepping foot there.
Okay.
The sandbar seems endless and stretches out beside me on either side as far as the eye can see. But the distance between the start of the sand and where approximately the 1.5 meter tall, thick beach grass sits and acts as a barrier to the rest of the world. And she says, she said 1.5 meters, but she also, I thank you, Rebecca, for putting in our metrics for us because she says 4 feet and 11 inches tall.
Thank you, Rebecca. We are the assholes in the world that don't use the metric system, but everyone else does.
Yep. So it's 4 feet tall beach grass, okay? So the grass acts as a barrier to the rest of the world, and the subtle waves crashing against the shore only actually spans maybe 3 or 4 meters wide.
Oh.
9 feet 10 inches to 13.15 feet. I'm sorry.
She is the best.
Like between 9 to 13 feet. Yes.
Okay.
It is the best. Like, thank you. Because that I would have no idea.
Right.
Okay. Although the waves never looked intense, The sound of them folding over themselves was always incredibly loud. I have always had auditory processing issues and get a lot of sensory overload when it comes to sound.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that kind of comes into play here. Another sound caught my attention from behind me, almost mirroring a stick snapping when stepped on.
Oh, no.
I spun around to see what had made the sound, and I noticed, but didn't exactly pay attention to the fact that the almost white noise of the waves and the wind seemed to immediately decrease. So I didn't fully stop. It more sounded muffled and distant. Okay, so she hears this like snapping of a branch, right?
Like someone or something is behind her.
And then all the sounds of the waves just like become muffled, which is very, very perceptive. Very interesting. So the sound sounded incredibly muffled and distant, like when your head is underwater and someone's trying to talk to you from out of the water. And you can still tell that they're talking to you. I totally get what you're saying. Okay, so then the pressure around me is increased, and this made me feel very cold and somewhat obvious that the environment and the air around me was heavy, but hectic and laboring. Oh, these terms that you're using, Rebecca, like
I love these adjectives. Yeah, I love them.
So good. Okay, then she says, it was like I was a half second or so out of sync with the beach, but I couldn't see it clearly. It was more like the sounds were distorted and the wind and the wave stuff from earlier mixed with my breath, and it seemed very clear. Like when your ears are blocked, but you can still really hear your breathing intensely.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is very
I know exactly what you're talking about.
She's just so descriptive. It's amazing.
Okay. What I saw before me, standing calmly on the edge of the sand and the beach grass, almost with an authoritative aura that seemed to let me know that they were there to warn me, and what I needed to pay attention to was a blue-tongued lizard.
Okay. I was nervous. I was very, she's in Australia. There's lots of things that could be around. So I wasn't sure what direction this was going to go.
12-foot tall tarantula or a lizard. I'll take the lizard because the tarantula is way too big.
Well, yeah, they can be. Oof.
So she says, quick side note on these. I believe they're native to Australia, which is where I live. They are generally relatively plain, usually grayish in color with black or brown scales. On average, they're about 45 centimeters long or 17 inches.
Okay. They're not huge.
Again, thank you. They have, as I'm sure you've gathered from their name, blue tongues. Mm-hmm. Okay, now, this is for you because I think she knows you're an animal lover,
you can see I'm like dying to hear what's
freak.
happening
Okay,
next.
I know. Brooke's got her hands up against her face. She's very excited to hear about animals. Goannas, on the other hand, are generally found in Australia and Southeast Asia. At least in Australia, and in my experience, tend to be found mostly in bushlands.
Okay.
They're broadly related to iguanas, although we don't have those here. Goannas can reach up to 3 meters long, which is 9 to 10 feet.
That's big.
So she says, this lizard was definitely a blue tongue, but it was the length that was between their usual size and that of a goanna. So
that's a big difference. 17 inches to
blue,
9 feet.
Yeah. And a blue tongue.
I like the blue tongue.
She goes on to say, this fucker was majestic.
Oh.
With periods between. This period, fucker, period, was, period, majestic, period.
Sometimes you have to read it that way because then you know.
You have to. Because now we know.
Now
amazing.
We know what she means. I'm all in.
I'm unsure whether it was male or female, but it exuded that bad bitch energy, which is captivating as hell.
Rebecca is just killing me here.
I know.
She is amazing.
Oh, it was majestic bad bitch energy. Bad bitch energy. Love it. Okay. It literally felt like it stared deep into my soul.
Oh, boy.
Before flicking its blue tongue once and hurriedly spinning around to scutter back into the long grass.
Okay, well, at least he's leaving.
There was no indications or underlying feelings that I should follow it, so I didn't. But when the last part of its tail made its way into the grass and disappeared out of sight, all of the sounds from earlier came back. Which I think is really interesting. So, like, all the sounds when the iguana...
I don't even know how to process this dream. This is amazing. Okay.
Something about the noise was different now. It was shrill and loud and static and almost rumbling, like it sounded like it belonged to some sort of organic source like the ocean, albeit extremely unwelcoming.
Oh, no.
I frowned instantly, knowing that things weren't right. And not that the sun wasn't noticeable before, but it seemed darker around me now, as though something huge was behind me, blocking whatever minuscule fractions of light had been making their way through the dreary clouds that had covered the entire sky and was casting uneasy shadows that I couldn't see any edge to.
Rebecca, your writing is amazing. I mean, I'm just captivated.
I don't know why I turned to look. I don't know why I turned around to look. It felt like my heart stopped. I immediately started crying with wide eyes, struggling to catch my now ragged short breaths through my nose as my jaw clenched and I could feel myself trembling in fear. But otherwise, I was completely frozen in place.
Oh, okay. What is it?
So she was looking at the lizard, which is towards the grass, and now she's turned back towards the ocean.
Okay, but there's something behind her.
So behind her was the ocean. So she was turned, her back was to the ocean when she was looking at the lizard. And now she's turned back around to the ocean, okay?
Okay.
Before me, where the small waves had been, was now one deep blue, incredibly petrifying wall of a tidal wave.
Oh!
The top, which sat around the height of a 4-story building and curled onto itself like it wasn't quite finished and was still draining excess water onto itself before it was ready to release.
Oh,
okay.
God.
Okay.
All right. Because that was what was blocking the sun.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes, big old tidal. 4-story tall.
Mixed.
So 4-story tall tidal. Okay. And I think this is very interesting how she writes this next part, because she's very descriptive, as the whole dream has been. But hold on. This part is shot very much like a dramatic piece of film, with a slow following of my face as I turn around, subtle zooming out of my face as I react to see what's in front of me. Then it's almost like the camera stays facing me, but is moved in an arc over my head for the cameraman now to be behind me. Though the image never appears upside down as it would if you imagine if you shot and you flipped a camera over someone, which gets into very technical stuff, which I think is hilarious.
I'm just like dying.
Rebecca,
I'm picturing this camera work and how it's going around her and above her.
Right. Yes. And I know how much you love film, so I'm sure you're appreciating this like nothing else.
So interested.
Okay. The image pans out, though stays from the viewpoint of being directly behind me, until the top of the enormous wave comes into view at the top of the frame.
Oh, this sounds beautiful.
This is where the perspective changes. The image does sort of a spooky hell of a effect zoom, like in the first Lord of the Ring, right before Frodo tells his fellow hobbits to get off the road quick.
Yeah. I'm with her. Like from the first word, I've been with her. Like how she writes her dreams is like how I write. Like I feel like I am just simpatico with her. And yes, Fellowship, that's the first one. Fellowship of the Ring is the first one. And that's a beautiful, beautiful image. I mean, if you've seen it, but even Mindy, who hasn't seen it, can feel it and understand it. Like
yes,
you can
the way that Rebecca's writing is quite
intense. That's powerful writing. Yes.
Okay, so I am forced not violently or in any way that feels like there was a physical contact involved, like a push or a shove. It's more just suddenly and nauseatingly into a physical form of my younger self. Best way I can describe this is like when in movies, when someone's astral projecting and their soul is kind of snapped back into their body, except again, I wasn't able to see my soul floating around. So I totally knew. So now like she's like in this like child body. She was standing next to her child body and now she's like, but I know exactly what Rebecca's saying. Like that totally how you explained it, like film-wise, like snapping into your own body. Gotcha. I'm with you.
Yes.
Okay. Now I am watching it firsthand and experiencing it through my eyes still as a kid. And the wave just started to tilt towards me. So I take a deep breath that has never felt like I've had taken enough air. Ugh, okay. Before the water starts its undoing to topple over me.
Oh, God.
The dream always ends right before the water crashes into me.
It always ends right before that, huh?
Okay, so that's dream number 1. She says dream number 2 is like a second act to it, and she feels like they're connected, so I'm going to go ahead and read the second one.
Yes, please.
Dream 2. So you get a twofer, bestie. A twofer dream today from Rebecca.
A twofer.
Okay. I feel like I need to...
I'm exhausted. I know.
Yes,
I feel like I'm breathing.
I don't know how to explain it the first one.
I felt like I just like slumped in my chair like, oh my God, okay. It was
Incredible.
just so descriptive. She took you every step, every inch, I should say, every centimeter of the way.
Please use yes.
I was with
every
her.
meter and
I
centimeter.
felt it.
I know, and that's the thing. I think. Well, I'll get into it, but I really feel like those intense feelings is what she's been feeling since she's a little kid, having recurring dream, and so I feel like okay, that's the underlying thing. But let's get to dream number 2. There is a dam, not a cute beaver dam, but a ginormous man-made dam with one of those cement dam walls that the accumulated water violently gushes over once the river or valley has become full. I do not know the size of this dam, but it's shaped in a large curve. And from what I can see, this one seems to be in a first-person perspective through my own senses, so which is different than her first dream. Yes. Although I have a feeling that this is not just a semicircle, but it's a giant circle. So I'm located in some huge body of water, possibly the ocean, but I'm unsure, with a structure of the water barrier around me. So like she's in the middle of this.
Lots of water.
So much water.
Dreams, right?
I am freezing and trembling at the cold, walking in a clockwise direction around the edge of the cement barrier, but not on the structure itself. There is a suspended rope bridge, wooden boards with gaps in between them on the base, rope sides and handrails, and these come up to about my waist. I have no idea what's holding this bridge up, but it never seems like it will break, though it is as sturdy and nerve-inducing as you can imagine one of those bridges can be. For instance, Shrek and Donkey on their original journey to save Princess Fiona is very easy to wobble and throw off balance. Totally
I know
get
you're
the Shrek.
Very familiar with this.
Very familiar.
Reference.
Yes. I love
Didn't
Shrek.
your oldest marry Shrek at one point?
My oldest daughter, who is now 19, we had to have a civil ceremony in our living room so she could marry her 3-foot tall stuffed Shrek. And I think it's still legal. I think if she ever meets anyone else, I mean, I think it's like common law by now.
It has to be. I mean, does she have it in her dorm with her?
That would be funny. She did have a Fiona dress, like an emerald green Fiona dress, and so she had to dress up as Fiona, and then she had to carry this big Shrek with her this 3-foot Shrek with her everywhere we went for a whole year of her life between 3 and 4. It was a pain.
I mean,
but
it had to be bigger than her.
It was bigger than her.
And yet she's dragging it everywhere. Well,
adorable. Okay, so totally know what you mean. So the bridge is not far above the cement, and the spray of the water hits me sometimes, but it never drenches me. I can see the water on my left all the way out to the horizon and feel very apprehensive. It seems mostly still, but I know it's horribly deep. There is water I can see through the gaps of the wood, maybe an inch or 2 gaps, but they're not large enough that I have to jump across or struggle to step from one board to the next. The water here is surging, which makes me nervous.
Yeah.
To the right of the concave or inner part of the curved circle is where the water is heading. If I look down, I cannot see a destination for the water. It is clear that the water is aggressively rushing downwards once it goes over the dam wall and is very intense. I can really only see a certain distance down, but all blurs together with the spray and the mist coming off the rapidly moving water. But I just know it never finds a place to stop, and this absolutely terrifies me.
I feel like she writes like I do, but dreams like you do.
Agreed, yes.
I mean, because
you're the better writer, I'm the better dreamer, for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. I can't remember my dreams very often, but my God. I mean, I have a feeling she might even have pictures of this bridge. Like,
oh my God, I would love to see pictures.
I would love to see if she can just do a little doodle. Like
Rebecca, if you've got like a little doodle of this, we'd love to see it. We're going to storyboard it. We're going to take it to James Cameron. Let's see what he says. Hashtag.
No.
Yes. Hashtag.
Okay.
What does James Cameron dream?
Woo. Okay. All right. That's Kate Capshaw's husband, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, he's got the whole 3-hour Avatar 2 coming out. Let's figure out. I mean, he must have really long, intense dreams. It kind of almost seems like what Rebecca's writing here. So she just throws in a recap. Recap. Endless water, outstretched on the left. Gushing water beneath. Endless horrifying drops of water to an unknown pit of dread to my right. Secure, but unsteady rope bridge.
Oh my God.
We're wrapping up here. I do not know where the bridge ends, but I cannot ever stop walking.
That's got to be a terrible feeling too. Like no end to your destination.
Ugh.
Or like actually like you're trying so hard to get to your destination and it's just like, okay, now there's another plank to the bridge and now there's another one and it's like another one.
She goes, I do not know where the stream ends. I suppose it just fades out, but I'm not entirely sure. Back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. Appreciate the M&M reference there. Yes.
Oh, she actually said that? I thought
yes,
you were
did.
just making a joke.
No,
oh my
she
God,
put it
you're
in there.
right.
It's so
She is
cute.
funny.
Oh my God, she's hilarious.
She is hilarious.
A few things.
Sorry.
Like,
I'm just thinking about it again.
Wait, back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Like, yeah, you got me. You got us.
You got us.
A few things life-wise that are probably of note that may have relevance. Did I say that word right? Relevance?
I don't think that's a
Relevance.
word.
Relevance.
Because you say it might be relevant.
Relevance.
Like this might be relevant to the story, but I don't think relevant.
So this is Deja Jamas, Brooke. Relevance is a word. Relevance is a word.
Okay.
Deja Jamas. That's what it is. When you stop and you can't remember if something that's true is not true because you think it's not. Okay. No, it's right. It is. Relevance is a word. Okay.
Sorry.
Despite the fact that my father was a lifeguard when he was younger, neither myself or any of my siblings know how to swim or are strong swimmers in any sense. 2, drowning is one of my biggest fears.
I don't blame you one fucking second because anything with lack of air is like one of my biggest fears.
Awful.
Drowning, being buried alive. Oh, I just, okay. Makes me nervous.
Rebecca wraps up. Looking forward to an analysis on this dream, and I wish you both the best. Sweet dreams, you lovely bitches. Rebecca. I love the ending. The ending's so cute. Thank you.
I just, that was amazing. That was a ride. That was like a total ride.
That was like a whole movie in itself.
I feel like I saw everything as clearly as she did when she dreamt it. I honestly
I gave it enough. Like, I wish Rebecca could read it because I feel like I didn't give it even enough, like huzzah as it needed. She did amazing in writing it.
She did a great job.
I can picture everything.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Rebecca, thank you for all your kind words about us and our show. That is so kind. But seriously, this dream, what the fuck?
Wow.
What the fuck?
It was
the fact that
was a doozy.
She's been having this since she's been 5 or 6.
Yeah, what?
That's the part that's like, ooh.
That's heartbreaking because something happened before the age of 5 for her to have these kind of terrifying dreams where something is going to happen. Like what happened between 1 and 4 that is making her
here's the thing.
dreams?
So here's something that I find interesting. So if you remember back to 2004, that's when the tsunami hit, is it Indonesia?
Yeah. Well, Indonesia and many other countries. Yes. The Christmas tsunami. Yes. Killed like 250,000
Yes,
people.
yes. And so that was 18 years ago. But if you think back to that time, that's the time when Rebecca was about 5 years old. And so did she see something on the news?
Oh my God.
Or something that was like constantly on the news at the time? And that's like how fear at that age manifests itself is into this huge tidal wave.
My God, that has to be. I mean, good correlation there, Mindy. I mean.
So I think, if you're talking about the formulative age of dreaming, which we say is like anywhere between 5 and 7 or 6 and 8, that's exactly when the tsunami hit, and that's when, so rather at 5 years old, I doubt she was sitting and watching the news, but it was something in the background, probably in the newspaper or online, or your parents are talking about it.
And that was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, very big deal. How many people died in that?
250,000, I think it is. And that's just who died. Not injuries, not property damage, not whose lives were destroyed.
Yeah.
This thing was a beast. And it will forever be like ingrained in my brain, as it is with Rebecca. Like, and we're very different ages, but still, I know I can remember everything about that, and obviously it affected her too.
Now let's talk about. Now, there's only a few of these symbols I want to talk about. Obviously, we talked about tidal wave. Tidal waves are complete destruction, right? But it's also reconstruction. So, what in your life is changing? Like, this tree was here, or this house was here, and now all of a sudden is 3 miles to the east because of it just got picked up of his foundation moved. I feel like the symbol of tidal wave or that big tsunami wave is definitely a focus on reconstruction or being able to rearrange things in your life. Mm-hmm. Now, keeping in mind that she's still 5 or 6 when this is happening, since this is a recurring dream, every time she has this dream, is she reconstructing her life or reconstructing parts of her life. Like, okay, it's coming in when stressed. Like, I'm going to high school. I'm moving out to college. I'm in this new relationship. So is it that every time she's having this dream happen, it's a part of her life that feels like a little bit of
change,
disturbance, or
destruction? Change.
Absolutely.
And also, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the cause of a tsunami. The thing about earthquakes too, which is the cause of a tsunami, which is another huge event, as you would say, in maybe a person's life. So, the cause of the tsunami, I think, is also related to maybe what she's going, even though she doesn't realize at 5 that an earthquake causes a tsunami.
Yeah.
These are like natural disasters that are like affecting her subconsciously.
A change, a destruction in life.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about this blue-tongued lizard.
I love him.
Which,
by the way.
Okay, first of all, it sounds like a crazy creature from the ancient times,
like,
which
it sounded to me
would love to visit Australia. I'm not sure
it sounded to me like a Komodo dragon. Like, I know she said, like, for size-wise, like, huge.
Yes.
Huge. From 17 inches, which is what she said, or I can't remember the metric system. 17 inches to like, what she said.
45 centimeters
is the average size of the blue tongue. But Komodos get fucking huge. So it's like somewhere in the middle, like of
archaic.
This image of this huge, foreboding lizard. I mean, it's not really a dragon.
But let's look at that kind of like the animal species in general, right? Because things like, what are they amphibians? What are they? What kind of like animal species does that fall into, Brooke?
Actually, it's a reptile.
Oh, right. Okay.
Reptile.
Makes sense. Yeah, but like that's such an ancient, you think about like reptiles, they're so ancient,
and they have such an evil, like, even they have such an important place in the ecosystem, but like throughout time, reptiles have such an evil like connotation to them.
Okay, I'm gonna take it another way.
Okay.
I'm gonna say they're adaptive.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Right? Because they're some of the oldest creatures on the planet,
still
right?
Around.
Reptiles, alligators, lizards, all these things are adapted. They adapt to their climate and the area that they're in. So although all this destruction and reconstruction that this tidal wave is causing, to see this blue reptile. Okay, let me get into blue a little bit. Blue, to me in this dream, is like a calming, self-reflective. Because she even called this lizard thingy, this whatever, a badass bitch.
Yeah, she did.
Which at 5 years old, I think it'd be hilarious if your 5-year-old said, that lizard's a badass bitch.
I know I would crack up laughing if a child said that to me, and I'd probably get in trouble from the parents because I always laugh or do things with kids that are inappropriate, and the parents are like,
you've done that to my kids, yes.
Remember the Jeffrey Dahmer Easter incident? I mean,
let's talk about that real quick.
That's one of my favorite. I mean, have you ever heard this sentence? Do you remember the Jeffrey Dahmer Easter incident?
So that's the year that Katy Perry came out with the song Dark Horse. And in the song, she mentions, eat your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer. And no, you have to explain the rest of the story because I know my kids
clearly
are like, what? Who's Jeffrey Dahmer?
I mean, I knew who Katy Perry was, but I wasn't like listening to her. So I wasn't aware of the lyrics of this song. Okay. And
my kids are probably like what? Like between the ages of like 8 and 12.
I don't even know
like
if it
6,
was.
12. They were young. They were little.
Young. So her youngest, well, Mindy invites me over for Easter. So we're having a nice little Easter dinner. And her youngest turns to me and says, do you know who Jeffrey Dahmer is? But out of nowhere, right? Because I have no idea this isn't a song. And of course I know who Jeffrey Dahmer is. So when she says that,
like the 6-year-old's asking me who's Jeffrey Dahmer.
I think I had to stand up and leave the table for a couple minutes, I think.
I think you did.
Because I was like so
I think then I had to explain to you that it was from a Katy Perry song.
Yeah, because I was like, I was laughing like so hysterically when I knew, because she said it was such a... I don't want to say
confidence.
Like she was genuine in her question. Do you know who Jeffrey? Like such a serious face, and I'm like, oh my god, why do you? But yeah, that was an interesting Easter dinner. I had to leave the table for a few minutes and get myself together. As
collect yourself.
I had to collect myself, and that was funny. That was funny. What an Easter. What a good Easter story.
So how did we get to that?
I don't know.
How did we get to that, though?
I don't know.
Shit. Oh, blue being calm, reflective, general. Fuck, I have no idea how I got that. But going back to the color blue, I think it's like a very self-reflective color. I think it's a calming color. I think it, in water in general, is blue, right? You think of water as being blue. So I think it's her trying to be reflective and this badass. Oh, we're talking about badass bitches.
Yeah.
I think it's her seeing this like badass bitch in this
lizard
animal that I think like almost even at 5 years old and going up to the age she is now is reflecting on like, that's the person I want to be. There's chaos. There can be chaos going all around you.
Right.
There's things changing. And whether that's happening in your young child life, with family dynamics, and then going on to high school and college and how things are constantly rearranging. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the fucking hardest time of life, I think, to find yourself, right?
I agree. And I feel like there's this huge dichotomy like between what she has seen with the blue and the blue-tongued lizard as the badass bitch, but the blue in the water, and the water is like the most dangerous thing that she's dealing with.
Evil.
There's such... Yeah. Like I said, a dichotomy. That's all I can think of. It's like, it's so interesting.
I think she wants to be that lizard. I think she sees herself as the lizard.
I hope she does, because the lizard didn't.
And it's adaptive. Again.
Yeah.
Going back to reptiles, they're like adaptive creatures. Mm-hmm. A tsunami happens, that reptile is going to be fine. It's going to find a way to survive because that's in their instinct. Yeah. And I think, Rebecca, you're going to find a way to survive through everything in life, and you have so far. Yeah. And I think that's going to continue to be that way for you.
She's got a lot of strength.
And wow, Rebecca. Wow. First of all, your writing's incredible. Yes. I thank you so much for the kind words and
the kindest words. Seriously, thank you so much, Rebecca. That was so sweet.
Thank you.
you want to support us, go be part of our sleepover squad. There's so many ways to support the show. But yeah, go to remelations.com/support. Be cool. Just be cool. Extra footage, video footage that might be coming out for our sleepover squad. So you always want to check it out. Come on. You know you love it. You know, we love you. You love us. It's a love fest.
Yes. So moving on to pod news, Brooke, I know I've been texting you all week because I had like a freak out moment this week because I don't know what happened in the universe, but all of a sudden we got a shit ton of downloads. Why?
I'm not complaining.
I'm normally a person of like facts and science. So I'm like, okay, there must be a glitch. There must be a glitch somewhere. I don't know why, like what happened.
I did get a text that had like maybe 5 U's in the word fuck. Like
fuck.
What the fuck?
I said, what the fuck, yes.
In the best way possible, of course. But
way.
like there were a lot of U's. Rightfully
so. Besties, we've
Yeah.
had a crazy amount of downloads in the last week, and we don't know why. It seems like we were featured somewhere, but anyways, we're extremely, extremely grateful.
Oh my God. Keep it up.
We want to take a minute to
Yay.
say thank you to all of our new besties joining us. Okay, let me just put this in perspective for you here, Brooke.
I know, but it's just amazing. I just want to say thank you too. I know you're going to like tell the numbers, so it's like mind blowing, but like this is unbelievable. And thank you to everyone. Thank you so much.
Don't know how this happened, but whoever shared us, featured us, mentioned us, told your bestie, thank you. Because we had...
Do it again.
Like... do it again. We had like more downloads this week than we've had like in the last few months. So something's
like combined.
happening. I'm not sure what it is. We had like over 1,400 downloads in the last couple of days, which is a lot considering we maybe usually would get like 30, 40 a day. So yeah, what? It's crazy.
Yay, you guys. Besties. You guys, it's all happening.
And you're going to be here. So to put this in perspective, bestie, our last episode had almost 800 downloads.
Rightfully so,
What?
I think.
Why? What? How?
Don't
what?
question it, Mindy.
It was great.
It was
I mean, don't
great.
get me
You gotta
wrong.
listen. You gotta listen.
Yes, but I just want to give a shout out to some of like the new people tuning in. We had a shit ton of people tuning in from Florida, Texas, California, Ohio, North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Indiana.
Woo!
All amazing. Thank you.
Mhm.
Internationally, my God, we've been everywhere, man. Isn't there a song that
We've
goes,
been
"We've been
everywhere,
everywhere, man.
yeah.
We've been everywhere." We've had downloads from countries such as Mexico. Thank you.
Yes.
China, Honduras, Dominican Republic, Nigeria, Canada, Jamaica. Oh, my Jamaica friends. Yes. Yeah.
I was going to say, Mindy's going to be like, yeah, man.
El Salvador, France. Thank you.
Over
Incredible.
the fucking planet. It's amazing.
It's been a great week. And yeah, wow.
All we need is Antarctica, I think,
you.
at this point, right? I think we just need one listener.
I think that's the only continent we're not in.
Let's get going, Antarctica. Let's do it. Oh, is there a state we're not in?
Someone get into someone get to that Sub-Zero base station and
please
tune
do.
in. We'd appreciate that.
You'll love it.
There's only one state in the United States we have not been listened into.
One state? Oh, God.
Do you want to take a guess which one it is?
Oh, God.
Just take a wild guess.
Fuck me. This could be anywhere.
Yeah, there's 50. We have a 1 in 50 chance. Well, I mean, if you check out like Iowa, Illinois, like you're down to 40. So.
I say Oregon or Hawaii.
Vermont.
Okay, so I went in the other direction. I went west. It was
you did.
east.
You went West Coast, East Coast. Hey, if you have
Okay.
any friends in Vermont, tell them about the show.
Yeah, get them
Tell 'em.
going.
They should tune in and submit their dreams. You know, say hi.
Ask us a question. We answer anything.
Yeah, just
We're open
you know,
books.
Vermont.
Come on, Vermont.
I don't know what's the state slogan of Vermont, Brooke, if you had to think of one.
I don't know, but I think the capital is Montpelier, right?
It is. Why don't you Montpelier your way into this podcast?
Montpelier your way.
Vermontians.
Yeah, what do you call a Vermont person? A Vermontie?
A Vermontian?
I don't know.
Vermont.
That would be I would like to, I mean, this is how much of a nerd I am.
Vermonto.
I would actually enjoy probably researching what all the 50 states call the people that live there. You know, I'm an Iowan.
We mentioned this in a past episode. My mom and I were on a trip, and we had tried to figure out all 50 states. And I think Vermont was one we got stuck on. So, Vermonters, Vermontinians, Vermontites. Let us know.
Vermontees.
What do you think of the show? Just
whoever you are.
Share with your favorite Vermonter.
Your favorite Rando Vermonter.
Hey, it's Christmas week, so here we are. How are you holding up?
Jingle bells, jingle bells. I don't.
You ready? You ready?
I'm ready. I'm officially ready because last night I finished all my wrapping.
Nice.
1,000%. Usually I'm done way before this, so this is late for me. But I know you always have to come down to the wire. You have kids. I don't.
Oh yeah.
Have things been going crazy?
Oh gosh. Why am I drinking today? Well, considering there is a snowstorm heading for the Midwest, and of course they originally said it was going to be like 18 inches.
No, not a snowstorm.
A blizzard.
A blizzard. There's difference.
Yes. Originally they said like 18 inches of snow, and I think now we're more towards like the 3 inches of snow, which is fine. But like everyone and their parent was out today to get all the Christmas food and the fish
supplies,
and the presents, and oh my God, the lines were ridiculous. But I'm not leaving my house for the next 5 days, so I'm ready.
People are doing their Christmas shopping and their Blizzard shopping.
Blizzard shopping.
I know. I can't take it. Like, I went to Target just for a pickup order yesterday. So I pull up in the drive up and, they bring it out to me. But that took 5 minutes. I could not get out of the goddamn Target parking lot for 40 minutes. I couldn't back out of the spot. And then once I did, I couldn't turn into like another.
Well, that parking lot is
and they've even redone it.
Mess there, anyways. I know, right? In all these years, you think they'd have a better traffic flow? Yeah. No,
can't they figure it out?
I stood in line for 45 minutes today, waiting to check out groceries. But still, like, there's like two types of people in this line. There's the people that are like, this is so funny. It's cool. Merry Christmas. And there's the people that are like, I can't believe the fucking line is this long. I'm like,
what do
you expect? Just be pleasant.
What's complaining about it going to do? What's complaining about it going to do?
And the checker was fast, and he was courteous, and he was like such a nice guy. And it's like, he's working his ass off.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to the Myers worker. I forget his name. It might have been
Rando.
Jerry. I don't know, but Rando, Myers worker, you were kicking ass today. I almost felt like,
2 thumbs up.
I mean, I did ask. I'm like, how's your day going?
Oh, you know what?
Have a Merry Christmas.
Simple things like that, I think, make all the difference in a customer service industry. Because I did something like that at Walmart. Maybe a few months ago. And he's like, you're the first person that smiled at me all day. And I'm like, that is the saddest thing. He's like, people are so grumpy. And I'm like, well, thank you for what you do. And I think you're doing a great job. But it was like, I was one of the last people.
It costs nothing to be kind and say something nice to someone. Nothing. It costs nothing.
Nothing. Ugh.
Do it. Oh,
just do it.
Well,
peer pressure.
Just do it. But besides, so that's why I'm drinking. I just stood in lines all day. But you know what? I expected it. I had my headphones on. I was listening to Christmas music. All was good.
Oh, good. You're impressive. You've got headphones on and everything. Wow. Okay.
I tend to like my own Christmas music happy place. All's good.
Just my own happy place.
But I'm ready. I'm here. I'm just going to finish up wrapping, but there's just a few little things like stocking stuffers. But
as long as everything's there, wrapping is manageable.
I'm here. I'm not leaving my house for 5 days now. And I'm happy about that. I don't blame
you. I wish I could. I'm not excited about tomorrow and Friday commute to work. I am not ready for that. I know.
Sucks.
Even if it's a short, I mean, my commute now since I moved is only like 10 minutes, which I know is so fucking short. But in a blizzard,
Not good.
not so much. With hills, not so much. In a small little car like mine, not so much.
Not so good.
Now, I have maybe a little quiz for you.
Oh, okay.
A holiday quiz.
I'm ready.
Okay, well, it's going to be about the 12 days of Christmas.
Okay.
Do you
remember
know?
the song.
Yes, what happened on all 12 days?
I think so. I'm pretty
What do
good
you
at Christmas
think
music.
Okay, all right. I'm excited because I didn't know some. I mean,
Okay.
I got some mixed up. And okay, should we start with 1 or 12?
Let's start with 1 because it's probably easier going up.
Let's do 2. Okay. Yeah, okay. What's number 1? What's number 1?
A partridge in a pear tree.
You got it. Number 2?
Turtle doves.
Wow, you're good. 3.
I'm gonna have to like sing this in my head. Hold on.
I know.
French hens.
That's why I was wondering if it'd be easier. Yeah. Oh my God, you're good. 4.
Calling birds.
You are really good. 5.
Golden rings.
Golden rings. 6.
I know it might be easier going the other way.
I know, because I think you go backwards when you sing
Yeah.
it, right? Like,
Right now, I did the harder way.
Do you want to start at 12? Because you got 5 done, and we can just edit it then.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to?
12.
It's up to you.
Lords a leaping, 11 ladies dancing, 10 maids a milking, 9 pipers piping, 8 maids. Wait, I already did maids a milking. 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Wait, so I got something wrong up there.
You did it.
12?
You
12
did.
drummers drumming.
You did. Okay, you got that one right.
11 pipers piping?
Yes. See, you got them just mixed up a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, that's
good.
my dyslexia.
10.
Yeah. Lord,
10. Yep.
Laura's
Say it.
leaving.
Yep. 9.
9 ladies dancing. 8 maids a milking.
Yep. Now we're
7
good.
swans a swimming.
7 swans a swimming.
6 geese a laying. 5 golden rings. 4 calling
4
birds.
calling
3
birds.
French hens. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
That's it.
Good job. I might have gotten the names, but I don't know if I would have gotten like them in order.
It was easier going backwards than it was forwards.
I thought it might be because that's how you kind of sing it, right?
Truth.
But I mean, when I was writing this, I was like 6, 7, 8, and 10 are all something. Like geese laying, swans swimming, maids
swimming.
milking, lords
Milking.
leaping. And I was like,
good point.
I never realized that before. I was like, there's a lot of actions.
Do you
in
ever
here.
see that thing that will tell you how much it costs to do the 12 days of Christmas?
Oh my God, no. How much?
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to look it up because every year our local news station tells us how much it would cost to gift someone the 12 days of Christmas. So hold on, let me pull it up. Yep.
Wow. I'm just looking at number 12 alone. 12 drummers drumming? That's got to be expensive.
I don't know how do you get lords these days?
Yeah, how do you
Okay.
get a lord a leaping? I mean, we can get ladies dancing any day of the week.
Well, according to NPR.org, here we go.
Okay.
Okay. So the 12 days of Christmas would estimated cost you about $45,523.27 this holiday season, which is an increase from 10% last year due to inflation.
Wow. 10%. Is a lot.
Yeah.
That it's increased.
Well, according to NPR, the golden rings make up more than a third, 39% of the cost.
Oof.
Because that's 5 gold
of
rings.
them,
I mean, that's gold prices are up, I guess.
I guess. I mean, to get these gifts is an annual salary and then some. Like $45,000?
I mean, any guy that would do that for a girl.
Like, you get me $45,000, it'd be romantic, but then I'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with these French hens and a partridge? Like, no,
I don't even know what you would do with a partridge.
Oh, and what's a calling bird? And the geese?
Here we go. Break it down.
Yes.
Okay, so a partridge and a pear tree would cost you about $280. Not bad.
Jesus. Oh, I thought it was expensive.
I mean, a pear tree. Depends the size of the tree.
How come there's so many birds in this?
Old time people like birds.
Partridge, turtle doves, French hens, calling birds, geese.
That's true. That's a lot of birds.
That's half of them are birds.
And half of them are performers. All right. Okay, 2 turtle doves will cost you $600.
Jeez.
3 French hens. Softly baked in the oven at 350 will cost you $318.
What is this?
Calling birds. 4 calling birds, about $600. Gold rings, very expensive, $1,245. 6 geese, $720. Okay, swans.
Oh, that's
swan.
Almost a swan. Oh, I forgot the swans. Partridge,
more birds.
French hens, calling birds, geese, swan.
Again,
so we are at half.
Poultry.
Half of it is
performers.
Of them are birds. Okay, swans are swimming. 7 of them? Oh, that's got to be $1,000.
You're talking $13,000, darling. $13,000 for 7 swans.
That's more than the golden rings.
I guess so. Well, and then maids milking only costs $58, so they're not even getting minimum wage according to this website. I think that's rude.
Sad because they're working hard. They're probably working the hardest.
Their hands are chapped.
And their hands are chapped.
It's cold in Minnesota.
Ugh, that's a lot of milk.
Okay, 9 ladies dancing, $8,300. 10 lords a leaping, $13,000.
That's the one where I want to know where they got their numbers.
Where they get the lords from?
What is a lord in their definition?
Good question. I'm going to post this link for NPR and this other website I found online for you guys. It'll be in the show notes. 11 pipers piping, 3,000.
Yeah. Okay.
And 12 drummers about 3,200. So.
My God. So the swans are the most expensive?
I mean, I guess so. Swans, they're hard to come by.
And the ladies.
It's a tie between the swans and the lords.
And the ladies. Swans and the lords. Wow.
Yeah, that's expensive. Yeah.
That's expensive to want swans.
I don't know how they figure out how much a lord costs, but man.
Stop looking at me, swan.
All right, Bestie. It's been a very fun holiday treat with you guys.
Yay!
Thank you to all of our new
holidays.
besties for tuning in this week. We appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, while you're sitting here, do us a favor and tell your bestie about the show. You can tell a lord, a leaping. You can tell a maid a milking. Or you can tell your favorite swan a swimming about the show. Brooke, you're killing me. Cracking up.
I love it. You're my favorite. I love you so much. That was the best.
But please,
Yes,
I mean, if you
please.
can tell 12 lords, I mean, I think we would totally spike even more next week than we did this week. So
boom, right up to stratosphere.
do what you can. Do what you can. Yep. I mean, the lords got a little bit more pull than the maids do, but, do what you can. We appreciate it. Tell
I think
your bestie,
the lords
make sure.
have $13,000 more pull than the maids have.
You're right. Maids get screwed, but it's not. The
maids
damn the
got
patriarchy.
Really screwed.
Yeah, they did.
Damn it.
As usual. So, Bestie, just tell one person. That's how we grow. That's how we continue doing the show each and every week. And that's how we keep coming back to you and sharing all this fun.
Thank you so much to David for your dream. And Rebecca, oh my God, thank you so much.
Okay, Bestie, happy holidays and sweet dreams, bitches! is?
Ow! Why is mine saying, are you still around? Like I've left.
Did you not touch your, mouse in a while?
Oh, I probably haven't touched it.
Touch it real good. Touch it real good.